To get a better grasp of what we are about to dive into, let's sketch a few lines of geography. We all know how messy Europe's borders can be. Disputes over mountains, arguments over rivers, and all sorts of borderline chaos. But if we look across the Atlantic Ocean, there is a country called Canada. You might remember it was once led by a somewhat questionable leader named Justin Trudeau. Well, technically, he is still pulling the strings with a new face up front, but that's a different topic for another day. Now, we all know that Canada sits firmly on the North American continent. So here's the big question. How on earth is it dreaming to join the European Union? And no, dear viewers, we are not joking around. The idea is actually on the table. In a recent poll, a surprising 44% of the Canadians said that they are in favor of joining the EU, while only 34% say that they oppose it. Now that's a sizable chunk leaning towards Brussels. Well, this poll was announced by none other than the European Union itself. Reacting to the poll, the European Commission chief spokesperson Paula Pinho offered a polite enthusiasm, saying that Brussels is honored with the result of such a poll. But she also gave a reality check, reminding everyone that according to the European Union's governing rules, only European countries are eligible for membership. Well, now you will think that this is the end of the conversation, right? Well, Canada is, after all, thousands of kilometers away, definitely, sitting comfortably over the United States. But not so fast. The EU experts speaking to politicos say that the idea, while far-fetched, isn't entirely impossible. Unlikely, sure, but impossible, not exactly. Canada will certainly qualify, several European Union experts believe. And honestly, the argument for Canada seems to rest less on geography and more on good vibes. Despite the ocean between them, Canada and the EU share a lot. As per the European Union, despite the ocean between them, Canada and the EU share a lot. Strong economic link, common democratic values, and a mutual headache named President Donald Trump. The last bit isn't just a joke. Trump's rocky relationship with traditional allies has pushed many countries, including Canada, to rethink their global alignments. At a recent EU Commission briefing, Pinho elaborated that it shows the attractiveness of the European Union and it also shows the appreciation of a very large share of Canadian citizens for the EU and its values. As mentioned before, she already pointed out that there is Article 49 of the Treaty of the European Union which states that only the European states can apply. But as we all know, legal language can be flexible when politics is involved, and who's to say Canada couldn't find a back door? Or better yet, have the rules adjusted. Adding fuel to the fire, 68% of the Canadians reportedly now view the EU positively, double the number who view the United States in a positive light. Sounds impressive, right? But here's the catch. No one seems to know when or where the poll was conducted. Who ran it? Who published it? Nothing. It's as if the numbers floated in from nowhere. A rumor? Possibly. A conveniently timed PR wouldn't be the first. And speaking of the timing, things have taken a sharper turn. US President Donald Trump is calling on Canada to become the 51st state of America. On his Truth Social platform, he claimed that the move will bring much lower taxes, far better military protection for the people of Canada, and no tariffs. Needless to say, Justin Trudeau isn't a fan of this move, and now that he's out of the office, whispers are growing louder. There is a real chance that the doors have been quietly knocked, and the EU might have been entertaining the idea of a political rescue and rising tensions. Far-fetched? Maybe. But in a world where Brexit happened and Trump got elected once again, stranger things have definitely come true, and definitely Ottawa is scratching the back of powerless Brussels once again.